Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Amanda here, and today I'm trying out a new brand, at least a new to me brand. As you've already figured out from the title, I'm talking about What's Up Beauty. They sent over a few pieces, including this dragon eye palette, which is really cool. I love the packaging. It's loaded with neutrals and purple and green, so obviously it's a color story that I love. They also included some of their brushes and their Watch Me mascara and the little PR package that they sent over. So I'm going to be testing out everything. I'm going to give you close-ups, swatches. You're going to get to see all of these items in action as well, and I'm going to give you all my thoughts along the way. Now, the brushes and mascara are already available, but this dragon eye palette is set to release on November 17th. So I'm going to try to get this video done before or around that time. It seems like this is the same shape and size as their other two eyeshadow palettes available on the site. So I'm guessing based on that this will be the same price. Those two are priced at $41 US each. So I'm guessing that this palette will be the same or very similarly priced. The brand did send these things to me, but I'm not an affiliate. I don't have a coupon code or anything. I'm going to dig around on some of my friends' social media pages to see if I can find anyone who's an affiliate. And I'll include any coupon codes that I find down in the description box for you in case you decide to pick anything up. Just check down there and see if you can save a couple bucks. Let's start off first with the brushes. I'm just going to show you a quick close-up look of the brushes, and then I'll use them in the tutorial portion later on.
These makeup brushes are pretty pricey. They're $23 US a piece. However, they do have a couple of sets available that are a little bit discounted. These are handmade in Japan from uncut and undyed goat hair. This is why they're expensive. These are a premium makeup brush, and they do have a little QR code here that tells you specifically how to take care of this type of brush. The set that I have here has R101, 102, 103, 104, 105, and 106. So 6 total makeup brushes. I think this is a well-curated set as far as shape and size goes. The bristles are super soft. They definitely feel very luxurious. They feel well made. The packaging is also very nice, super protective, soft, cushiony packaging. So all around, I'm impressed by these. They are pricey, but it does seem like you're getting something pretty luxurious and well made for the price. This is the Watch Me mascara, also priced at $23 US. Again, the packaging feels very weighty and luxurious. It doesn't feel like a flimsy, cheapy type of packaging. This says that it's made in Italy and it's labeled as cruelty-free. None of these products are labeled as vegan. Obviously, the natural hair brushes aren't vegan. Take a look at the wand here. It has 2 different types of bristles. One side has the fluffy, more standard mascara wand, and one side has these really small, short, very rigid plastic bristles. So this is an interesting wand. I've never seen anything quite like this before. It's definitely a unique product.
Now let's talk about this dragon eye palette. I feel like this is kind of the star of the show, but I did want to give you some info about those other products as well. This is the main focus though for me, as usual, the eyeshadow palette. So let's take a close-up look at this dragon eye palette.
This palette is a little bit smaller size-wise than what I was expecting when I originally saw photos of this palette online. I was, for some reason, expecting something a little bit more along the lines of like a Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette type of size. So this is a little bit smaller. Again, these are labeled as made in Italy and they are labeled as talc-free and cruelty-free, but not vegan. The packaging, the texture, the holographic shift, everything about this is so cool. It's so intriguing. It's beautiful. My 9-year-old son went nuts for this. I do think that the packaging outshines the eyeshadow shades inside, which is unfortunate because The shadows are really lovely. They're definitely the type of shades that I see myself using a lot. The mattes are very silky smooth. They're not those super pigmented, kind of crumbly mattes that look great in swatch but kick up a lot of pigment. These are going to be very user friendly. The metallic shades are smooth and shimmery and don't have a lot of fallout. I have no complaints formula wise. I love that all of the shimmer shades are very, very shifty. It definitely harkens to the design on the cover. I'm just missing the green, the deep, the rich, the mysterious. This feels a little bit too springtime. I mean, look, half the palette is purple shades, and I love purple. I want to wear purple all the time. I'm going to do a purple tutorial, but this is not a deep, smoky green dragon type of palette to me. This is a beautiful palette. This is a lovely, soft, shimmery, approachable. This is basically a neutral palette with a little pop of green and a little pop of purple, which, look, you've probably seen my palette that I did with Odin's Eye. I love a neutral green purple color story. I'm not in any way bashing these colors. I love the performance. I love the shades. I think they look beautiful. They look great on the eye. They look great in swatch. They are super, super pretty. Lovely, wonderful. I like the palette a lot. I just don't think that these shades match with the cover art. And I kind of want both. Like, I want to see this palette with a different inspiration, and then I want to see the dragon palette with deep, sultry, smoky, lots of green, lots of blue and black, and something really dragony. Does that make sense? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I don't know if it makes sense to say I don't like this palette with the cover art, but I like the palette and the cover art. So I know that that can come off as maybe overly critical, or maybe like I'm not giving this palette a good review. It's a weird situation to be in. So I would love to do a palette redesign for this cover art. But all in all, it's a good palette. I mean, look at how sparkly and beautiful these look, both in the studio light and in this flashlight in motion. It really does look nice, and it looks even better on the eye, as you'll see in the tutorial portion. It just doesn't fit the theme, in my opinion.
I used the Dragon Eye palette, the brushes, and the mascara to create the eye look that I'm wearing right now. So let's take a look at that tutorial and you can see everything in action.
I know a lot of people reviewing this palette are probably going to go straight for that green color for their tutorial, and I don't blame anybody for that, but I am not going to do that, partially because I think that there will be a lot of other looks featuring that green color called Scales, and partially because I think this is more of a purple palette than a green palette, so I'm gonna do a purple look. First, I'm using the shade Creature, and I'm just blending that into the crease area. I'm only picking up a little bit at a time and layering because I wasn't really sure what to expect pigmentation-wise, because I haven't used this brand's eyeshadow formulas before, and I haven't used these brushes before. They layer really beautifully. I have to say, I was impressed with how I was able to build up and layer the different shades into one another, and I feel like they're still retaining their pigmentation on the lid, but I'm getting a nice easy blend. I'm also impressed that I experienced virtually no fallout from either the mattes or the shimmers. Now, I am going to do mostly fingertip application with the shimmers. I just find that I get the most impact from my shimmer shades regardless of the brand. But I did want to mention that after wearing this eye look and subsequently wearing the mascara as well, I didn't have any fallout. I didn't get smudging, flaking, none of that. So I was really impressed with the wear time of these products. After laying down some of those rosy neutrals and purples on the lid, I'm gonna add two different shimmer shades. First, I'm using the shade Magic on the inner part of my lid, then using the shade Monster in the center to join that deeper purple matte shade with the shade Magic on the inner part of the lid so that I get a little bit of an ombre effect. I went back and forth a little bit with Magic and Monster to make sure that I got a nice solid metallic coverage over most of the lid. And then I just used the brush that I had originally applied that powerful shade with no additional product, and did just a little light smudge under the lower lashes to bring some continuity down onto the lower lash line. But I didn't want this to get too dark and smoky. Now I'm going to show you an application of this Watch Me mascara. I will say that formula wise, the mascara itself is a drier formulation. So I did layer up quite a bit because I wasn't getting a lot of that clumpy stickiness. So I could swipe this over my lashes quite a bit without applying too much, without over applying, if you know what I mean. Now, I want to show you just that first application on my lashes because it's not a lot. This is not a super dramatic mascara. You can see that it definitely added some length, some volume, made my lashes a little bit darker. But here it is side by side with no mascara. That way you can get a sense of what my one initial application looks like. Then I'm going to go back in and apply more coats to my upper lashes and add a little bit to my lower lashes as well so you can see the finished look here. We'll have to see how this does over time, especially because this is a drier formula from the outset, which I do prefer that. Typically when I have a really wet mascara, I want to use it for a while and get it to dry out to get to my perfect texture. So we'll see if this can remain this well balanced or if it dries out too quickly on me. Only time will tell. But it looks good so far. It looks cute. I like it.
First impression of What's Up Beauty, they definitely have some interesting concepts. I really like the styling, the packaging. Everything feels really well made and everything feels expensive. The brushes worked really well. I personally just prefer a synthetic bristle brush, so that's just down to my preference. If you prefer a natural hairbrush, these are incredibly well made. They're soft. The eyeshadow application was seamless. Certainly that's somewhat to do with the formula of the eyeshadows as well, but the brushes are really nice. It's just my personal preference leans more towards synthetic brushes. So I'll still use these and I still would recommend them for anybody who's looking for some natural hair brushes, but they're not going to be the top of the top favorite for me just for my preferences. I definitely need to wear a mascara several times before I come to any conclusions about it. This had me a little bit nervous because the brush is so odd. It has two different bristle styles on the same brush. So that took a little bit of getting used to. At the end of the day, my lashes look really nice. They're definitely lengthened and volumized. So I'm happy with the final look, even if there was a little bit of a learning curve to using the wand. If this stays on without smudging and flaking, we could have a hit on our hands. I'm just not ready to declare that quite yet, but so far I like this a lot more than I thought I would after seeing the bristles. The palette I really like. I don't have anything bad to say about this packaging wise. It's beautiful. The theming's really cool. This textural, shifty, beautiful dragon is absolutely stunning. For me, I feel like the shades don't quite do justice to the cover art. This is a lot more light and neutral and basic than this packaging evokes for me. I really would have liked to see some deeper colors. I want to see more of these rich hunter greens and blues, and I love the shifty shadows in here. Formula wise, they're all beautiful. I just wish that I had some more of this dragon feeling from the actual shades themselves, if that makes sense. We just get this little bit of green here, but I would say this is overwhelmingly a neutral and purple palette, which I love neutral and purple. I love purple and green. Those are my top two favorite eyeshadow colors ever to wear. And I don't mind that there are some neutrals in here. I just wish it was a little bit more color forward, a little bit more shadows matching the theme. But if you see these shadows here and you think this is the color story you need in your life, then I would still recommend it. I think performance-wise, it's really, really beautiful. Everything swatches nicely, no duds for me. I just don't think the shadow shades live up to the theme, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Let me know if you want to see more looks from this palette. Like I said, application was a breeze. Shadows are beautiful. I would definitely do more looks with this if that was something that you were interested in. Let me know what you think. Is this one on your wish list? Have you tried anything else from the brand? Is there anything I need to go and pick up and try out? The quality is great, so I'm intrigued. I would definitely try more from the brand. Leave me all of your recommendations and all of your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Look at these cute little reindeer earrings. All my holiday stuff's available on my Etsy shop right now, so make sure you check it out. Low-key, the other two palettes that they have on their website also are mostly neutrals with some green and purple. This Desert Monsoon one has a blue shade, and then the Geodes palette has a couple of yellows, but the Geodes one I think looks pretty similar to this one. Concepts are cool, so I want to see them do something a little different, a little push outside the box a little bit. You know I love a purple eyeshadow any day of the week. Give me a little purple eyeshadow action and I'm happy. I forget where I was before I started rambling. The eyeshadow is eyeshadowing, as the kids say. I don't know if the kids say that or not. I don't know any kids. I know Amy. That's pretty close. Nothing will make you feel older in your late 30s than having a friend in their mid-20s. Look, I'm just happy I can wear my clothes from high school and college again because they have come back around. I'm gonna hang on to them for another 20 years in case I can wear them again when I'm almost 60. I would do that. Actually, I am gonna do that. You want to hear something satisfying? These Fantasy Cosmetica lipsticks. Come on now. Are you ready? Far too enjoyable. So I'm going to say something that makes sense. Oh, Maggie's going nuts. She was barking at the heron in the pond. I was sad because she scared it away. All right, gotta go edit, gotta go make so much content. Wish me luck. I honestly am a little overwhelmed, but doing fine. It's gonna be great. I'm fine. I'm fine. I mean, it's very sparkly and beautiful. I love a sparkly, beautiful little look. A couple more things to film. So many things to edit. I'm fine. Happy holidays. No, I'm just kidding. Mostly. Thanks for hanging out. I will talk to you later. I'm gonna go pack some orders from my Etsy shop. Go check it out. It's always linked in the description. I make really cute stuff. You can buy some of it. I'll send it to you. Anyway, love your face. See you soon. Bye!